Pokemon has captured the imagination of children around the world.
Hi, KJ.
Hey, Pokeron, how you going?
Good, mate. We're going to have a serious video today.
Oh.
We're going to talk some serious stuff. We're not going to joke around, all right? Because I think the last video we made was a bit too silly.
Yeah.
So we're going to cut straight to the point here. We're going to cut straight through the BS, yet again. Because for some reason, people don't quite understand what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, what my goals are, etc., etc. So I'm going to explain all that today. So basically, I'm going to start off by saying that as an entrepreneur myself, I don't have any problems with the business model of selling modern Pokemon cards. So a lot of my fellow people in the community have gotten in contact with me and they've sort of said, hey, Pokeron, you know, I'm making money out here selling modern, so what's your problem? And I don't have a problem with that. If you're buying modern to flip it, power to you. That's exactly what you should be doing with it. My problem is with the people that are buying it from you, okay? Because they're making the mistake. You know the truth. All you YouTubers know the truth. All you modern dealers know the truth. I'm not talking to you because you know what's going on and you're putting on the big sound and light show. You're bringing out all the bells and whistles to try and sell this garbage and you know the truth about it. So I'm not talking to you and I don't expect you to stop because you're making money out of it. You will stop one day, maybe, when people start buying it off you. But at the moment, there's not a problem with your business model. You know, over at Welcome Stranger, we go the business model of vintage products. We're one of the only businesses in the world to do so. And it's much harder than simply ordering modern product and then selling it. So I understand why you don't want to do it. But I don't have a problem with that. My goal as a YouTuber, as an influencer, is to basically educate the people that those people are selling to, not them themselves, because they're making money out of it. They're going to keep doing it no matter what. But here's something I prepared earlier. So this is a diagram of what I think is happening in the hobby at the moment. And this is what I'm trying to teach people, okay? I'm going to start off in the middle here, okay, with these stars. And these stars represent the YouTubers, the influencers, the breakers, and all the people selling modern garbage. Those stars there. And they are putting their droppings down to all these black and red dots, which is you people out there. So you've got these people here selling to the masses, all you people. These are the people that I'm talking to. I'm not trying to talk to these people up here. They're business people, they're making money, all good. Fair game. These people that are buying from you they're adults, they're choosing to spend their money on the product, and you're making some money. So it's all good. I don't have a problem with that. But I'm talking to these people right here. And I'm saying, guys, you guys are making the mistake. Because what's happening is these people here know the truth. They know that modern products aren't as good as vintage products. They know, for example, 3 boxes of Twilight Masquerade shouldn't be the same price as an unlimited PSA 10 Gyarados from 1999. They know that. They know that Gyarados is way more significant than a couple of modern boxes. But they don't say anything. They keep telling you how great Twilight Masquerade is and how great Prismatic Evolutions is because they're selling it. Now, let me tell you something. If it was so great, would they be selling it? Or would they just be hoarding it? What do you reckon? That's my first question for you. So, and another thing you don't know about these people right here. So the money is filtering from all the uneducated, all the masses, the people that just want a few packs, they just want to collect. The money's going up this way towards these people. And when these people make the money, what do you think they spend it on? It goes up here into vintage, into precious metals, into property, into stocks, maybe even into savings. it doesn't, unless of course they need to put the money into buying more modern to sell you and flip it again before they start buying real investments. And they all are. All the big boys, they're not keeping this modern stuff. They're buying vintage, precious metals, property, stocks, all they're saving. That's what's going on. And up here, you've got me and KJ calling all these people morons. Even though a moron isn't a nice thing to call someone, is it, KJ?
No.
Sometimes they need a bit of a shake-up.
Yeah.
Because this is what is going on, guys. You've got a couple of people here in the middle making this whole circus continue, along with Nintendo and a few other things as well, making the whole circus continue. They're controlling the supply. You people down here are getting absolutely screwed. After you guys get screwed, these people take your money and they put it into these things, like this up here. And then that's how it works, and it keeps on turning. And that's what I wanted to explain to you guys today, because you might not be aware of that. That's exactly what's going on. And of course, me and KJ calling you all morons, which isn't nice, but I hope you understand that we're doing that out of care, out of love.
Out of love.
Exactly right, KJ. So basically, that's really all I have to go through today. Another thing I'd like to say before we go, though, is I've got a question for you all. And I want you to answer this question. So I'm going to ask you the question. And then if some of you have got the courage to do this, I think it's going to be a great lesson for you. Okay? I'm going to ask you a question. And then I'm going to give you 30 seconds to go down to the comment section and put in your answer. Okay? So, here's my question. My question at the moment is, where's that deck? Can you chuck me that, please, Pokémon? That right there. Beautiful. On the hands.
Nice catch, Pokeron.
Thanks, KJ.
Ah.
Deck of playing cards. Sealed. Okay? This is a nice deck because we play high stakes, no limit hold'em over at the Pokémon's house. Okay, so we like good cards. Okay, so this deck of cards here will cost you about, say, $30. Okay, now my question is this. Now remember, you've got 30 seconds to answer the question after it's done. If I buy this set of playing cards for $30, then I sell it to KJ.
Wait, really? That's mine?
For $50.
For $50?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You cool with that, KJ?
Done deal.
Okay. And then KJ goes over to the Pokémon and he sells it to the Pokémon for $100. And then the Pokémon sells it to All Day Matty J for $150.
Yeah.
The question is, how much is this worth? Bought it for $30. Sold it to KJ for $50. KJ sold it to the Don for $100. And then the Don sold it to All Day Matty J for $150. How much is this worth? In the comment section, write your answer. I'm going to give you about 15 seconds. I'll just sit here and think.
Am I meant to be thinking too?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Well, the answer, guys, is $30. $30 is the answer, not $150, because it's not a sold listing alone that builds the value of something. And I think this is really, really important for modern collectors to understand. It's not the sold listing that determines the value of something. Because in that case, if you, like I said, bought this deck of cards for $30, it moved around a little bit, one moron sold it to someone else, sold it to another moron for $150. Guess what? Still only worth $30. That's the truth. It's logic that determines the value of something, not a sold listing. Because if sold listings determine the value of something, prices would never go up or down. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And how many modern collectors out there do you see, oh, look at the last sold listing, that's what it's worth? It's like, well, not really. Because if you go back and watch my first video, it's real, about all the price hikes that take place, you know, just on the way from Nintendo to the customer for the first time. By that time, it's gone through a couple of hands and that price has been boosted. Doesn't necessarily mean it's the price. And then it goes out on the market for a year or two, 5Xs, 10Xs, doesn't necessarily mean it's the price. That's what we go by. If we apply logic to that as well as a sold listing and we think, yep, that is what it's worth, then yes. But this is what the modern guys aren't going to tell you, because ultimately 99% of you guys out there in the Pokemon world is very new to not only Pokemon cards, not only collectibles, but really business as a whole. So that's what I'm going to tell you today, and it's extremely. Some of you might be shocked by that, and if you disagree, please let me know in the comments section. I'm not an expert, guys. This is all just my opinion. This is all just my opinion.
And mine.
And KJ's opinion, because you agree with everything I've said, don't you, KJ?
I agree with everything you say.
Yeah. So that's all I've really got for you today, guys. Let me just have a look at my notes to see if there's anything else. Yeah, and I'm also going to finish by saying I feel like the business model of selling modern Pokemon cards is great. I know a lot of people that make a good living doing so. I'm not putting that down, guys. I respect the hustle. I respect good business, and I respect anyone out there giving a product to a happy customer. It's not easy to do. It takes a lot of work, a lot of self-belief, and anyone out there who's doing it, I'll take my hat off to you. You know, as a fellow business person, I don't have a problem with this from a business. If I put my business hat on, I don't have a problem with that from a business perspective. But from a collectible perspective, put my collectibles hat on now. These people are getting it all wrong. All you people, you're getting it all wrong. These people know it. Me and KJ know it. And that's where I think, okay, bring yourself up a holographic Gyarados from base set 1999 PSA 10, or a couple of modern boxes that were just printed from any set that's just come out. It's like, ask yourself the question and be honest, guys. Okay, because I'm being serious. What would you rather? 2, 3, 4 boxes of the latest set? Or a PSA 10 Gyarados holographic 1999 base set? And if your answer is that you'd take the modern boxes, that's very alarming to me. Because remember, you have to be logical. You have to think about it. Why on earth would these 3 modern boxes be as good? I know they're the same price point. That's why I've chosen those 2 to compare. They're the same price point, right? And if you had $1,000 and you got 3 Twilight Masquerade boxes, or a couple of prismatic ETBs, or that 1999 PSA 10 unlimited base set Gyarados, if you're leaning more towards the modern, I'd say you need to do a bit more thinking about what you're doing. Unless you're buying the modern to just flip, and you're one of these people, and you're going to take that modern and you're going to flip that and keep it moving, all good. All good, I get that. I get that. You're looking at a stock as opposed to a collectible. But if you actually think that as a collectible, like these people, these are the people spending thousands and thousands of dollars on modern when they can be getting vintage counterparts. These are the people that are going to be very, very upset in 10 years' time when they go back and they see what they could have bought at that time for that price, for the type of money they were spending. they've gone out and spent $5,000 on Modern Pokémon when they could have got a CG-C10 base set Charizard. These are the people that are going to cop it. And think about it like this, guys. How many of you have parents that had access to cheap property in the 80s? Have you not at some point or another questioned your parents and said, "Whoa, it was so easy for you guys. Why didn't you just buy more? Why didn't you just buy more property? You could get a house for 30 grand, you get a house for 50 grand, you get a house for 100 grand. Why didn't you just buy more? Why didn't you think ahead?" Well, all I'll say to you modern collectors is, be ready for those same questions off your children when the day comes.
Oh yeah.
Because they're going to be looking at you and they're going to be saying, "Puppy, why did you buy me Twilight Masquerade and not a CGC-10 base set unlimited Charizard that was the rookie Charizard from the first ever Pokemon set? Why did you buy me this garbage and put it in a folder that nobody wants?" And you're going to see it ain't nice to get those type of questions from your kids. And maybe you should lay off your parents a little bit, because the way I see it, all the people down at the bottom of that graph are making exactly the same mistake. This is our gold rush. This is the thing that is cheap now that will be expensive later. The time to act is now. Don't think that you have time. You have no time. It's a miracle it hasn't happened yet. This is the thing that our children are going to question us about in 30 years' time, 20 years' time, and they're going to say, "Mate, what were you thinking? Look what you could have bought." And around that time, all the old sold listings are going to start going viral. Look what you could have bought for the same price of Twilight Masquerade. Look what you could have got for the same price in vintage. And they'll be doing comparisons in the date. And you'll be looking at your open box of Twilight Masquerade thinking, should have listened to the Pokeron and KJ.
And me.
So, yeah, guys, let's get serious. Let's have a chat. We've done some joking around, you know. But this seems serious today. And like I said, this is just my opinion. Love to hear yours. And KJ, you've done a really good job making this too.
Thank you.
That was really nice. I don't know how you did all those dots, mate. You did a great job of that.
I just thought about people and what they look like and then did that.
Okay, I can see that, mate. I can see that hard work. Okay. Well, guys, have a great day. And happy collecting, guys. And I genuinely hope that you're making the right decisions out there. And I don't know how to get it through anymore. You know, I've tried graphs. I've tried being funny. I'm trying a little bit more serious today. And truth is, I know I'm not going to convince the whole world. I know there's still going to be heaps of dots down there buying modern garbage. And I know I'm very realistic about the fact that, you know, I might not change everybody's mind. But even if I can change one person's mind, it's worth it for me. Because that's what it's about. And I think modern's performed extremely well over the last 5 years, better than vintage in most cases. But I think that was due to a bunch of people coming into the hobby that didn't really know what they were doing. And they didn't really know what opportunities were out there. And they're only going to be there for so long. So, hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Always love chatting with yous. Thank you very much, KJ. You've done a great job on the camera today, mate.
It's my pleasure.
And we'll talk to you soon. Have a good day.
And shout out to Pokey Gangster.
Shout out to Pokey Gangster. Shout out to the Pokey Don. Shout out to All Day Matty J. And shout out to Anthony Toppy.